And it's 3:30, and this is the KC9VKV Qso-Vlog network for Friday afternoon. From now until 5 we are recording, and if you have a radio, you want to check out the audio, give us a shout, and we will record and post you up on YouTube within the next couple of days so you can hear your audio. Or if you need some help in setting up your transmitter, we do that also. So like I say, this is the Qso-Vlog network for Friday afternoon from now until 5. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, give us a shout.
Do you copy, Jim? K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. I was hoping that you would catch the blow-by and switch over. I'm trying to cut the RV service net a break and slip down 1K just to alleviate some of the blow-by. Roger.
Roger. I just got in the check here. So you're coming about an S8 direct. It's sunny day and it's up to 70 degrees, and we hit 70 yesterday, so summer is approaching, thank goodness. Okay, I'll turn it back over to you, Jim, and see how you copy. You're probably getting me better on one of the SDRs. The long distance skip is not great right now, but you're very Q5. You are absolutely solid copy. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. Well, you know, I tell you what, I was hoping that you were been working on your antenna there. I wasn't for sure, but I had my fingers crossed that you'd be able to, get that in, take this sledgehammer and kick that antenna around a little bit and get it back into good shape. But anyway, I tell you, last Friday was one of the worst 40-meter days I think I've ever seen. I was getting fade outs on 1KWs, Roger.
Yeah, I can understand that. I don't know what conditions were like that day. I was outside. I'm still working on this thing. We've had a lot of windy days, and I can't do much when it's blowing. Right now, there's some wind, and I am making some progress, but the big pole I have to climb is probably still a week or so away. But you're coming in very fine direct. Here's how you sound on my damaged antenna direct. Here it is.
Was one of the worst 40-meter days I think I've ever seen. I was getting fade-outs on 1KWs, Roger.
Okay, KC9VKV, if you can hear me. Maybe you're getting me better on one of the closer-in stations, K1GZL.
Mostly the Milford PA SDR. Man, that radio SDR is just a beautiful receiver most of the time. You know, I am running 4 now. I'm running Rochester, Raleigh, Milford, and Arlington. So between those 4, I've tried to create kind of a grid work for the southeast, or rather northeast United States. And so those, I've got them monitoring, and I've got that 6-position rotary switch, so I can select through those. And the problem with them, though, is, I can run through the 6-position rotary switch in about 1.5 seconds, but I have to wait till the latency on some of the SDRs to clear, and some of those latencies are out to 10 or 15 seconds. It's just unbelievable, Roger.
Oh, yeah, that delays everything. I don't know what causes that delay like that, but that's pretty bad. Right now, you're up to 5/9. Level's about a 7. 6 to 7 with background static. You really sound good, Jim, direct, and here it is again.
SDRs to clear, and some of those latencies are out to 10 or 15 seconds. seconds. It's just unbelievable, Roger.
Okay, back to you, Jim. Yes, the dandelions are out. The dandelions are out. The leaves are out about 60, maybe almost two-thirds. Two-thirds out on the leaves on the trees, and a little less than a half out on the trees 200 of my property. KC9VKV, K1GZL, and I'll say hello to Milford, Pennsylvania.
Roger. Now, in that little piece there, Charlie, I did switch over to Rochester in the middle of it, and Rochester was hotter. But by the time we got to the end of it, you were back on Milford, PA. So I just, it's funny how they swing back and forth like that. But I think overall, Milford, PA is probably the best. You're about a 12 over at that point, Roger.
Roger.
Okay, Roger on that. So long as it's getting out, I can't wait to get this antenna fixed, because I'm really not putting out a heck of a lot here. The SWR is bad, very, very bad, and yet I'm still getting into Australia in the morning almost consistently, day after day, with VK3 Mike Ontario. But then again, the secret there is he has one heck of a beautiful receiving antenna. He's only still running barefoot. He's got amplifier problems. He's still running barefoot there at 150 watts. And yesterday morning he was 25 over 9. This morning about 15 over. So the band was not as good. Well, look, Jim, I'll let you get other stations in there. But I guess we're really down at the bottom of this sunspot cycle, and I'll be very happy to see it come up again, and I hope it does. KC9, I'll try to get on next weekend. If I'm weaker, it'll be because this antenna, which is damaged, is out of the circuit completely, at least temporarily, and I'm on my cloud warmer. 3 elements, but firing straight up, and it's good out to about 250 miles. Beyond that, gosh knows. KC9VKV, K1GZL, Clarksville, Northern New Hampshire.
Roger, Charlie. Now, before you go, I want you to look into your crystal ball there for conditions, and see if you can tell me when you think we're going to start having some good conditions on 40 meters.
Well, it's hard to say. I think we're probably going to have to wait another year or two. Then it'll come up, but I don't know how good the next cycle is going to be. I have no idea, but the reports I've had is not going to be great. But anything better than now. In the early morning, I hardly ever hear anything on 20 meters early in the morning, whereas 5-6 years ago, that band was hotter than a pistol early in the morning. But right now, during the day, you get the stateside, and you get the Europeans in the late afternoon and evening. But as far as the South Pacific goes, it's a failure right now, Jim, and we have to use the lower frequencies.
Roger, Charlie. All right, so I appreciate the input there, and we'll just keep our fingers crossed that Mother Nature kind of relents and gives us some halfway decent conditions every once in a while on 40. We sure would appreciate that. Well, with that, I'll say 3's up that way, Charlie, and you have a real good Friday afternoon and a good weekend, and hopefully, you'll be harnessing that antenna into perfection, and you'll be giving me a 40 over direct. Roger.
Roger.
Well, it's possible. I don't know how much difference it'll make, but it should make some. If it doesn't, I'm going to want to know why. But that's going to take a lot of climbing from that front pole. A lot of climbing. Ugh. Oh, boy. Climbing. Ugh. Oh, boy. Well, there's a phone ringing. Okay, 73, Jim. Thank you so much. It's all clear.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. It's probably Microsoft from India calling and telling you how much you owe them. Threes, buddy. We'll catch you next Friday. This is KC9VKV and the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog program. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We are recording now until 5, and then we'll post it within the next couple of days up on YouTube. And you'll be able to go there and check out your audio and see what you think. And also, if you need a little tune-up help, well, we do that on the side. So give us a shout. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor.